Okay, so I'm not really sure what the title of this movie is. I think it's either Paranormal Diaries or Chernobyl Diaries. If you guys can understand what that is, let me know what you think of that title down below, if that title means anything, because I really don't know what it is, and I'm not really sure if it's either called Chernobyl Diaries or Paranormal Diaries. But yeah, anyway, the overall plot of Paranormal Diaries, I'll just call it that. Um, it's about six young vacationers, I'd like to call them. They're on this uh, hiking trip or whatever it's called, and they're exploring the city called the. I don't even know what the city's called. I think it was called. What was it called? The city. Well, anyway, as you can see, I'm wearing a shirt right here that says Planet Fitness. And that has nothing to do with the video, but I just figured I'd show you that shirt. But anyway, the overall city of the movie, I think, is I forget what it's called. I'm trying to remember the city here of where all these people explore at. And I think it's called Pre, Pripyat. I think it's called that Pripyat City. The city called Pripyat. Um, and well, all these people they explore the city, and they realize that um, it's only going to be for one day that they explore the city and how it is, and it's like a trip they're going on. This like a nice, fun, well, exploring environment trip. And it turns out to be a really creepy atmosphere movie that has like a lot of creatures running around, um, popping out of nowhere, and stuff happening like that. And and I surprisingly like the movie. I surprisingly like this movie. It's not great. I don't think it's amazing. It's definitely a very flawed movie. And I'm going to tell you my overall flaws with the movie. My overall flaws with the movies, well, with the movie is the dialogue isn't very good in the movie. It's just like non-interesting dialogue that's told in this movie, um, without a doubt, because there's um, lots of characters that are talking about things that don't even matter, and the movie doesn't really follow the tone of the movie. It doesn't really go with the overall tone that the movie um, that the movie well that the movie provides for. So and and the performances are okay. It does have some pretty graphic moments and some pretty gory scenes in there as well. And I surprisingly like the movie. I just there's something about it that could have been better, of course. And it is a found footage horror movie, of course. And I do know that it's supposed to be like this, well, this whole new aspect where well, all these creatures come out of the woods or this city that it's called. They come out and they scare people, or they either kill them or whatever. And and it seems very cheesy. It's kind of a cheesy movie, but it is kind of creepy. There were moments in the film where I kind of got creeped out a little bit, and I'm not afraid to admit that I was kind of creeped out in this movie a little bit. But I mean, it's not a very great movie or anything. It's not amazing, but it definitely is a okay movie. So I surprisingly like uh, Paranormal Diaries. It's a somewhat enjoyable movie for me. Um, it does have some really poor dialogue, though. I'm going to say that that's my main issue with this movie is that it has very poor dialogue, and the overall performances are just kind of a letdown too. The dialogue is the biggest problem with this movie is the dialogue. awful dialogue in the movie. And the screenplay, I just don't really understand what's the overall plot of the movie. I'm just trying to figure out uh, well, for the most part, of the overall plot of the movie, because there really isn't a huge, big plot. It's just these six people that are hiking on this trip where they have to see like certain things, or like this trip that they have to only have to stay in one day, but they end up staying there the whole night, and there's tons and tons of more creepy things going on, and you don't really know why it's happening. And that's my biggest issue with the film, is that you don't know why there's creatures everywhere. You don't know why, well, these people are going to the city where you don't know why they're there. You have no clue why these people why are these people there. I mean, you have no clue. The actors and actresses are okay in the movie. I just don't really buy them as a character. Um, but J.C. McCartney is actually in this movie. J.C. McCartney. That's pretty much saying something there, because very rarely do you see J.C. McCartney in movies, especially like horror movies like this, uh, that are kind of like found footage movies. So yeah, well, it has Jesse McCartney, so I guess that makes it for it. I guess yeah, Jesse McCartney kind of makes up the movie, because he uh, had a part where he got hurt, and that I thought was the most interesting part of the movie. Really, was the scene where Jesse McCartney's character Chris, well, that's his name in the movie, Chris, he gets hurt somehow, but I won't spoil how he gets hurt or anything like that. You got to see the movie for yourself to understand. And yeah, that's pretty much my basic. Well, that's pretty much my theory on uh, Chernobyl Diaries. That's pretty much my theory on it. And like I said before, for the most part, it does have some pretty intense scenes and some really good creepy moments. And the scares are not really big, but they are quite catchy a little bit. And the dialogue is horrible. I mean, without a doubt. I mean, the dialogue is just not very good in the movie. I think the dialogue could have been cut out. I mean, completely. I mean, that dialogue just sucked. I thought they could have had better dialogue, and the character development could have been overall a lot better, and the pacing could have been a lot better too, because I was bored out in this movie, and the actors and actresses, they're okay in the movie. I just don't really buy them as a character, of them actually playing a character, because well, all the actors and actresses, they're like, well, playing themselves basically. They're just, well, having a fun time doing this part. I mean, it's nothing really special about this movie. There's just actors and actresses not even playing real characters. You know, I mean, they're not even playing like real people. And that's the most important thing about a movie, is that if you care about all the characters, which I did care about a few characters here and there, but it's just that I mean, like I wanted more like information on like why are these people going to this trip, and why are they exploring things in this city, and lots of explanations about that, you know. But yeah, um, it is a decent movie. It's a decent watch, and I recommend you see it if you haven't. I mean, it's kind of dumb, yeah. It's kind of a dumb movie, but for some reason, I I cannot deny that the fact that I enjoyed watching this movie. Yes, some of the script, well, some parts of the script didn't make sense. Yes, some of the dialogue was really cheesy, and yes, some of the dialogue didn't match up with the tone of the movie, and some of the performances weren't very good, and it did have some okay creepy moments in there too, and there were some elements where it was kind of corny and cheesy, but I was kind of interested in the overall creatures and the things that are going on. in the background and stuff. And it does have some pretty graphic moments. It has some pretty disturbing parts in it too. And that's what I enjoyed about the movie overall. And that's my biggest theory on that. And yeah, this is an okay movie. I think that it could have been better, but I mean, it's dumb. It's pretty much dumb, but for some reason I like it. I'm gonna give it a C plus. I'm gonna give it a C plus. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a C plus because I somewhat enjoy the movie. It's not bad, but it's just not great either. So yeah, if you guys seen Chernobyl Diaries, just let me know what you thought of it in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. So yeah, see you guys later. Yeah, I have a short sleeve shirt on. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but yeah, but that's my theory on the overall movie and the film, and it is kind of well directed in some ways, but not really. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. So see you later.